Hey, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to understand some important topics which will help you to the interview. So let's start with the first question. Here is the first question is the difference between the REST and SOAP. So we'll understand in a simple language. So first thing we need to understand the technical definition of the both. Okay. So the REST stand for the represented state transfer, right? So first question we need to understand, right? So we'll discuss about the only the REST and SOAP step by step. Okay. Now REST. Okay, REST API. So REST it is an architecture style used for designing a lightweight web services. Used for designing lightweight web services. Okay. If interviewer will ask you what is the use of the REST API, you can simply say used for designing the lightweight web services using the HTTP methods. So what are the all the HTTP methods? Okay, we'll discuss. Okay, like get, post, put, delete. Okay, these are the HTTP methods. Okay, so now we'll understand the SOAP. Okay, so SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol. Simple Object Access Protocol. Okay, so it is a protocol used for exchanging the structure information using the XML format. So it uses the XML format, and REST API uses the and it uses the JSON and XML both. It supports the both. Okay, this is the difference between these two. So REST is used for designing the lightweight web services and using the HTTP methods like get, post, put, delete, patch, and it uses the JSON and XML format. And so simple object access protocol, it uses the XML format. Okay, so now let's understand in a simple term. So imagine you are ordering the food. So REST is likely using the modern food delivery app. It is a fast, lightweight, easy to use, and flexible. And SOAP is a like filling a government form with a strict rule and format. It is a secure and standardized but more complex. Now let's see one example. Okay, so REST API response usually comes in JSON format like this username. I will explain here. Username, okay, Sahil in the JSON format only, and age like this. We are receiving the response in REST API, right? SOAP response always comes in XML format with a strict structure, right? So REST is a faster and mostly used in modern web application and mobile application. SOAP is mostly used in banking, payment, enterprises system where high security is required. So remember, REST is a lightweight and developer friendly, and SOAP is a strict, secure, and heavy. Okay, so I will write here SOAP is a is a strict and secure and heavy. Okay, and REST is a lightweight and developer friendly. Okay, so this is about the first question. Okay, next we'll understand the REST assured architecture. Okay, so technical definition, okay, first you need to understand. Okay, so now next question is our REST architecture. These are the points we need to understand. Okay, I'll keep it as. Okay. So now REST assured is a Java library used for automating the REST API testing, right? So REST assured is a Java library. Okay, library used for automating REST API testing. Okay, REST assured is a Java based library. Its architecture work in a three major parts. So which parts we need to understand? Three parts. Okay. First one is a request, then response, then we have validation and validation. These are the three major parts we need in a rest assured. Okay, it works with the help of this part. Okay, so now let's understand in simple language. Imagine you are ordering a pizza online. First, you send the order, that is the request, and then the restaurant send the pizza, that is the response, right? So then you check, did I receive the correct pizza in the application? That is the validations, right? You understand, I think. So REST should work exactly the same way. When we send API request, receive response from the server and validate whether the response is correct or not, right? So let's take one more example. If I send a GET request to fetch the user details, and REST should check status code, response body, headers, response time, and many more things. So the architecture is client request, server, response, validation. Okay, so I'll write here. So architecture is like client request, server, next response, and validation. Okay, you can give the example of food delivery app. Okay, if in the interview ask. Okay, this is the basic rest assured architecture. Okay, now next we'll understand BDD style in next lecture. Okay, that's all for this session. Okay, if you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe with your friends. Thank you.